Hi folks and welcome to the 2021 My Race Space exclusive onboard footage. Thank you for a start for being part of the team this year. It's great to have you. This is round 1 from Knockhill on the 6th of June and here we are on the grid. This year I thought rather than make you sit through the whole race, I'd chop the boring bits out effectively and do a little bit of commentary as well to make it a bit more engaging. Hopefully you'll find it more interesting. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. So yeah, the important thing to remember in this race is that the national grid were up, but for the Scottish Championship they didn't take points off us, so we weren't necessarily racing them. It didn't really matter where I finished in relation to them. It was really just the Scottish grid we were looking at. So anyway, on the grid, P11, not where we wanted to be, but anyway, waiting for the lights, and we're off. So the important thing here at the start of the race obviously is to be careful not to get involved in any incidents or accidents. So I'm just checking the mirrors here, checking ahead, making sure nobody's spinning, making sure nobody's coming up my inside, try and keep it nice and neat and tidy. Tyres are still relatively cold obviously, as are the brakes, hitting apexes. And then yeah, everyone was pretty well behaved for the first lap or so. So I'll shut up for a bit, let you enjoy the first lap and a half, and then all the craziness kicks off. So lap 2, we're coming down the bottom of Duffus now, still hanging on to the back and front, and yeah, just over the crest of the chicane, it all kicks off a little bit. So first warning signs here are, you can see bits of nose cone, there's a car at the side, there, bits of nose cone, you're just braking a bit earlier, wondering what's going to happen, and then you see that, and oh, and he goes flying, and yeah, well just, luckily I managed to steer past that, and it rocketed us up to P8, which was quite a good one. Without any damage. So I'm just checking the mirrors because I've had to slow down a little bit there, just making sure there's no one on my tail. We've got a reasonable gap behind. So now focus is on trying to catch, or at least stay with the pack in front. Obviously they've gotten away a little bit. Just making sure that the gap behind stays. Always just, again, at the stage at the moment we're the leading Scottish driver, so the main thing is just to maintain that position for the race. That was the main focus for the weekend. So you'll notice a car as we come over the crest of the chicane here in the gravel trap on the left. And that's obviously a pretty dangerous position. They couldn't get the car started or moving again, so they bring out the safety car. I think we just notice it coming out here. Safety car board on the right, flags being waved, so we'll just back off. And now we settle into the safety car, so I think we spend about 2 or 3 laps behind the safety car, so we'll probably skip through that in the video. But of course, as soon as the safety car boards are out, your focus is immediately going on to heating the tyres, keep the tyres warm, keep the brakes reasonably warm, and that's why you see a lot of cars weaving. Obviously I'm doing a little bit as well. So you're just keeping temperature in tyres, temperature in brakes, until the safety car peels back in again. Here we go, we've skipped ahead a few laps. As we come up to Clark here, the safety car lights have gone off and it has moved ahead, so now the pace is being controlled by the leader. So you're just focusing on trying to get a good launch whenever the leader goes. Obviously you can't pass MD until the safety car line, which is after the hairpin, the finish line effectively. So that's everyone gone, so we're trying to keep up with them now. You just need to get a good exit out the hairpin, make sure there's nobody right on my gearbox. That's always the worry after a safety car, is that obviously people have closed right up again, so you're always looking in front and behind. But I got a reasonable exit. As you can see, a wee dot in the mirror there, we seem to be safe enough behind. There's the green flag, and we are racing again. So we'll skip a couple of laps here because not much happens. Although again, yeah, we're hanging on to the back of the car in front very well, which I'm quite happy with pace-wise. Car's better actually in the first race than it was in qualifying. Again, so much so I could have maybe had a pop at an overtake here, but again, I didn't really want to pass him because I didn't need to. There's no point in endangering yourself if you don't need to. Again, the gap behind's nice and big, so quite happy. Oh, somebody's off bouncing through the gravel in front. People start getting their elbows out round about now, so and that guy goes to try and overtake, and he's pushed off onto the grass, so that moves me up to P7. Again, I'm really just trying to avoid incidents here. I get a face full of stones here, which is not pleasant, let me tell you. The helmet's an absolute mess with gravel chips. More face full of stones. So yeah, again, I'm starting to think this is getting a bit crazy now. Let's just get to the end and stay out of any trouble which we may encounter or may happen in front of us. So lap 12 we're on now. You may have noticed some gravel getting kicked up out the hairpin last time. There's some more gravel getting kicked up. Again, these national guys do like to go a bit crazy as the laps tick by. Maybe they run out of patience and start just throwing the car everywhere. More gravel, somebody's off. 3 cars ahead of me are obviously getting relatively close. So, coming out of here again, that guy on the right gets pushed off onto the grass once more, which puts me up to P6. So we're making a lot of progress here without actually passing MD on track, but again, I'm not trying to pass MD or make much progress, I'm just trying to stay out of trouble. So a couple of laps later, that white car that was off on the grass a couple of laps ago, you can see him in the mirror there, he's obviously quicker than me coming back, so I don't try and defend the place back. I think I lifted off a bit early just to let him through by the apex, because again, there's absolutely no point in fighting these guys when they don't affect the championship position. So lap 20, which I believe is the last racing lap that we do, because if you keep your eyes to the left over Duffus, there's a yellow flag there. On the right hand side there's a car beached in the grass. So rather than put the safety car out, because we've done most of the 20-minute race, they throw the red flag, which ends the race early, but I think a sensible decision given how crazy everyone was getting. And also very lucky for us, because as we find in Parc Ferme, all that gravel stones that had been thrown in my face actually ruptured our left hand radiator, or was it right hand radiator, I can't remember. No, it was left hand. And yeah, we probably wouldn't have done many more laps without the car overheating. As I did notice in the car the temperature was going up, but it wasn't overly concerning. But yeah, as soon as we stopped in Parc Ferme, that water just emptied out of it, and the car wouldn't have done much more. So yeah, very happy with that. We were 7th on the road, but there was a post-race penalty applied, which put us P6, which you can see on screen there. So yeah, started 11th, finished 6th. Not met much damage other than the radiator, so very happy. Hope you enjoyed that, guys, and yeah, see you next time. Remember guys, if you like this, hit like, and if you want to see more of what we do, including virtual racing live streamed, hit subscribe.